Welcome back to PR Learning Lab. My name is Belide Akash. In the previous tutorial, we have learned about the layer styles in Adobe Photoshop. If you haven't watched the previous tutorial, you can find the link in the description below. Before we get started, I kindly request you to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications. So let's get started. So today we will be learning about adjustment layers in Adobe Photoshop. Adjustment layers are nothing but the layers which are used something like a filter or some effect on the layer which is already present. Right here I have already imported a image in Adobe Photoshop. So let me go here, right here. This is where you can find adjustment layers. So once you click on it, you can see multiple option pops up. So here I can just select each one and I'll just show you. Suppose whenever you want to fill a background, that is you want to make a background with a particular color, usually you might have done using the rectangle tool. That is, you click on rectangle tool and then suppose right here it's in white fill, and then I'm going to just click and drag, and now you can see that background is white. This is usually what people do normally, but there's another alternative instead of dragging and doing this, and this is the solid color layer, adjustment layer. Here when you click, it automatically creates a layer and the size of the layer is equal to the size of the canvas, and here you can choose the color which has to be filled. That's why it's called solid fill. And here you can see, and when I drag this below, you can see it disappears because this layer is right above this. And here you can see there's this rectangle which is formed right behind this, beside this layer. So you might be thinking, what is this? So this is nothing but mask. So in layer mask, it is nothing but you can edit the maskings, that is you can add or delete a particular mask. So what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to take the eraser tool using the keyboard shortcut E, and then click on OK. It will rasterize the layer, and then I'll just remove this color. And here now it looks something like a paper, and there's a hole in this red color paper, and you can see this the layer below it, and you can try masking for each and every adjustment layers. So I'll go ahead and tell you about the all other adjustment layers. Here you can see this option called gradient. This gradient is nothing but similar to what we have seen in our layer styles, that is the gradient fill option. And here this fill option is applied to the whole layer, that is to the whole canvas which you have made. And you can choose the type of gradient you want right here, and then angle as well, and you can choose if you want it to be radial and everything. You can reverse this effect as well, that is inverting, and you can just click OK. And I'll tell you some interesting things. Sometimes I use gradients and then I reduce the opacity like this, and it creates something like filter effects which we use in editing apps. So you can try this out and make some cool filters for your images and edit properly. Now here we have other option. This is the pattern. This is also similar to the layer style pattern fill option. You can choose the pattern you want, and then it fills the whole canvas with the same pattern. I guess you might have learned this already in the layer styles tutorial. If you haven't watched the tutorial, you can find the link in the description below. Now here you can see this option called brightness or contrast. Most of you might have known what this really means, but let me explain to you what you can do with brightness and contrast. Brightness just actually increases the whiteness or brightness of your image like this. As you keep increasing, it becomes bright, and when you keep decreasing, it becomes dark. So it's basically the presence of light. And here you can see this called contrast. So what is contrast? Contrast is nothing but the density of the colors in the layers which we have created in Adobe Photoshop. So when I reduce, you can see it doesn't affect that much, but when I increase, you can see it slightly increases the brightness as well. Here it's basically the contrast of the colors. Now you can see clearly how much it changes. Here you can find the next one which says levels. Levels, you can see when I drag this left and right, you can see somewhat like the colors changes. This is nothing but the levels of these colors keep changing according to this graph right here. And here you can see I can adjust this like this. And all these options, adjustment layers, are up to you because you have to experiment yourself and find out the best possible adjustment for your layers. Here you can find curves. Now curves are really interesting things. You can see many images where you have backgrounds which are more bold while the front is somewhat not bold, and there are some bright edges and vignette effects and everything. So we can try those kind of effects in our image by using the curves method. Here, whenever you drag this curve down like this, it increases the darkness of the image here like this, and when I keep this above, it increases the brightness like this. So basically if you want to get this down or make it darker, get this down, and then when you want to make it brighter, you can take this up, and I can just leave it right here, and then I can make another point just by clicking here, and then I can do this, or I can do even this, and you can play around with these settings and see best possible option for your photo. And you can see here how the graph is formed, that is the curve has formed, and you can try out many different effects right here. Now here you have exposure option. So you can see this option, it's increasing the exposure and decreasing the exposure of the image, and this is the offset option, and this is the gamma correction option. This usually creates that particle type effect a little bit on your image. It depends totally on your image. And the next one is vibrance. So here you can see as I reduce, it becomes cloudy, and as I increase, it becomes back to normal but little bit bright. And saturation is nothing but the intensity of the color from black and white to the colors. So here it's totally black and white now. So if I want to add color to this, I'm going to just increase the saturation. So as I keep increasing the saturation, the color keeps increasing, that is, it gets more intense. So the next adjustment layer is something really very interesting. It's called hue saturation. So here you can see when I click on this and drag, you can see it controls the lightness as it says here, and this controls the saturation. But here you can see something called hue. Hue is nothing but colorizing. So when I drag this, you can see it forms, that is it forms a hue on this layer, and it adds up to this previous layer which was already here, and then I can choose the saturation of this hue, and I can choose this lightness as well. But let me show you something interesting. Right here you have this option called colorize. When I click on this, boom, you can see this forms like color filters. As I drag, you can see right here it's in red, so there's something like red filter, and then here I have green, blue, purple or pink and then back to red, and I can change the saturation as well, and here lightness. You might have seen images with similar themes in Instagram, like multiple posts with similar themes, like these colors. These are called hue saturation adjustment layers. And here I have already explained you. Now what we can do is erase this masking layer. So I'm going to go to E, that is the eraser tool, and then I'm going to select this, and you can erase this part. I'm just doing this roughly so that you will have an idea of what you can do. So now you have this hue saturation layer right here sitting upon our background layer right here, layer 0. And here you can see the part where the hue saturation is present. This black region is nothing but where the masking effect isn't present. That is, this layer adjustment layer effect is not there whenever there is black color, and wherever it is white, there you have this layer effect. Now I'll create another hue saturation layer, and then I'm going to click on colorize again, then like this I'm going to take this to red, and then I'll go back to the eraser tool, and then I'm going to erase this part. And here you can see the like multiple layer effects. So whenever you find a black and white image, you can make it colorful using the hue saturation layers this way. This just for reference, it's not completely perfect. You can keep changing and trying different kinds of effects. So let me move forward. The next one is color balance. This is somewhat similar to hue saturation, but here you have control over only these colors right here. I'll delete this layer, and then here you can see the next one, which is the black and white. By the name you might have already known, it is applied a black and white tint on all over our layer. That is, an adjustment layer is created which makes the layers below black and white, and we can control the strength of darks and whites by changing this. So wherever it is red color, I can make it dark by dragging it on the left, and if I want to make it brighter, I can drag it on the right side. And yellows, it's similar way. Greens, as there are no greens in our image, it doesn't affect. Cyans and blues right here. I hope you have understood this. Now I'll go to the next one, that is the photo filter. So photo filter, as the name suggests, it is nothing but filters, and you can change the filters right here. Just click on one. I'm going to just go down by clicking the down arrow key on my keyboard, and you can see some filters affecting on our layer, as simple as that. So let me delete this layer. Now you can see here channel mixer. Channel mixer is nothing but which helps in mixing multiple channels, and channels are not the channels in your TV. These are nothing but the red, green and blue channels right here in Adobe Photoshop. So you can see we can mix the colors, red color, green color and blues, and we can adjust the strengths of each of those channels like this using the channel mixer. So here you have the next thing which says invert. By the name, it does nothing but invert the colors of the layer. But you might have had doubt, because in the earlier tutorials I told you you can invert the layer just by selecting the layer and clicking Ctrl I, and here you go, you have this effect. But if you don't want this effect, what you have to do, you want to click Ctrl Z. But this isn't possible always. Like you have inverted the layer and then you have went forward and did some steps, but now you don't want the layer to be inverted, you wanted it to be normal. So in that cases we use adjustment layer for invert filter, and here you can just hide and unhide this. So that's why we use adjustment layers, because we don't want all the changes to be permanent, we want them to be changeable, that is adjustable. That's why we use these adjustment layers. Now here you can see this option called posterize. Posterize is nothing but it makes your layer, that is the layer below, somewhat like posters. You might have seen the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, and the poster looks somewhat like this, where you can see this particle kind of effect, and they use these kind of posterize effect, adjustment layers and everything to make such posters. You can find threshold, and it's nothing but the threshold of each color. Now I'm going to drag it right side and it's going to reveal itself basically. And here you can see the threshold of this color is right here. And then again you can see this graph and understand as well. This is the first color, then second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and you can see here second, third, fourth, fifth, and as I go forward it becomes dark. And now you can see this gradient map. Gradient map is again similar to our gradient option available here, and here you can choose the kind of gradients you want. I'm going to click this and then I'm going to close this, and now here you can see I don't like this effect, I want it to be inverted. You can do this directly by clicking reverse right here, and this seems better. And here we have our last option called selective color, and here you have specific colors and we can control those specific colors like this. Now you can see, so this is what is the uses of adjustment layers. Basically we use adjustment layers so that there won't be any effect which are permanent on our layer, and it will be easy for us to undo changes just by deleting the adjustment layers, or we can use the masking effect and make many more amazing things. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share this video and also subscribe to our channel.